Welcome back to Bushcraft Evolution. I know it's been a while, but like I said in the community page, if you're subscribed, you know already, I'm out for a camp, a solo camp. So it's just me at a new campground that I've never been to before that I just found out is not far from my house. So I want to get all my gear laid out. I want to give you kind of a rundown of where I'm at and the site that I'm at and get camp set up. And I'm fighting sunlight. I might have like an hour and a half left. So I want to get all of that going. And I'll show you all the gear that I'm going to be using for tonight, tent and everything. And then we'll relax and hopefully have a good night. Okay, so I have everything set up on the back of the truck. I'm just going to give you a quick little run through of what's there, and I'll get everything set up and we'll just have a relaxing solo camp at this what seems to be super nice camp. So I'm just going to show you from left to right after I pan the camera, and you might get a glare from the sun. I apologize for that. It's literally right there. So I'll try to make it quick so that I don't blind you. So let's check this out. Mr. Buddy heater in case it gets cold. Camera gear. Breakfast is that section there. Extra tripod for my phone. Lantern. Water. Trekking poles for the tent that I plan to use. It's in the bag there. The propane for the heater. The Stanley coffee kit. The Polish bread bag back there with lots of accoutrements. Dinner is in that bag there, and my cutting knife and everything. Power supply for battery, phone, what I need, and also a tarp there for ground cover. I'm going to get all this set up, and first let me show you kind of what I noticed coming in here. Let me get you turned around so you can see. I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of angles down. There's a lot of sloping here, and the most flattest spot I could find is directly behind the truck. And I'm thinking about parking the truck this way for more privacy, if you will, because there's a restroom right there, and there's a wash station behind my camp, and I'll show you both of those after I get camp set up. So without further ado, in that spot right there, right about now. How's that for a camera trick? Let me show you around. Well, we're underneath the awning, and you can see camp chair set up, tables set up, ready to go. I'm not quite ready for some coffee, but I do have the rest of my energy drink in the truck. This is a no alcohol or drugs type of camp, and that's not a problem because we're here to have a good time, and you don't need to drink or do drugs to have a good time. It's just me, all by myself, no kids, nobody, just me enjoying my backwoods bungalow 2.0. Let me say that again. Backwoods bungalow 2.0. That's for you, Tony. So inside is nothing fancy. I literally have my Static V climate air mattress, a 30-degree sleeping bag. It's not going to get that cold tonight, but that's what I have, and a small camp pillow. That's it. So let me switch the tripod over to my handheld, and I'll give you a tour of everything else. Okay, so I'm standing in front of the shelter, and we have a lanterns on that side, which is a candle lantern, and this one here is obviously a battery powered, and that one is inside that bag. It kind of filters the light so it's not so bright, so glaring. And directly, so here's a shelter. Directly to the left, if I'm sitting down, But the right, as I'm standing here, I have everything set up on the picnic table that I'm not going to utilize for anything other than basically holding my gear. So we're going to go for a stroll, and I'll kind of show you in the distance. That red building back there is he said a wash station and a water pump station or something along those lines. So we're going to go check that out and see what that's all about, because I do not know what he's talking about because I've never been here before. But it does have a nice little trail, nice fall color, nice leaves. Beautiful campground from what I can tell. I do know that this campground does host a lot of events for Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. There's a star observatory here. Oh, right there. I see. Let's see. Fooled me. So, more things about this camp is lots of trail systems. I can show you is that blue post right there. That's a hiking trail. There's several hiking trails out here. I do believe it has a disc golf course here. It's supposed to be like one of the top 3 in the nation, or maybe just Indiana, I'm not sure. However, they have that. I'm not here for that, just some camping. So I'm going to turn around so you can see the sun set in my face as I walk up this hill. And then we'll walk over that way to what I believe is the restroom. So I'll turn you back on when we get there. Oh, we don't want to go on that side. That's the ladies' side. We'll step over to this side, check out. Let's check it out. It's like there it is, mini urinal. And when you know it, a hole in the ground. We'll spare you the contents of what's inside there. But we'll walk around and I'll show you kind of where I'm at. I mean, I'm parked right, I can't even get there, right there. There's this big circle loop right here. And I came in back over that way. And the site that I'm at is called Maple Ridge, I believe. I'll show you the sign in a second. So this isn't going to be your traditional type of camping, because I found out that my entire county is under a burn ban because we've had nothing but dry weather and a sprinkle here and there and nothing to... Oh, there it is. Sugar Maple Ridge. So yeah, we're under a countywide burn ban. I brought out my tent stove to do an initial burn in for you guys so that, you know, I had another video I could do, but I can't even do that. So lucky us, we have to cook on propane tonight. So, but speaking of cooking, I want to show you what I'm going to have tonight. Normally I would just do like a hydrated camping meal, but tonight, since it's just me and I kind of get to do my own thing, I can have what I want. Then I wouldn't call it gourmet necessarily, but it's going to be a good meal that I actually get to cook and do sort of a cooking part of the channel. And yeah, so let me show you what I'm going to have, and we'll just sit down and relax until that time and just enjoy nature and the sounds and quietness from teaching all week and having kids at home. What I'm going to cook tonight is sweet Italian sausage that I'm going to chop up and cook with some chopped up green onion and garlic with potatoes that have already been washed and just ready to be cut up, seasoned, and cooked. So when that time comes, which I am so looking forward to, I will probably hold off on filming too much more because this is just going to be a relaxing solo. You know, I'll move the camera around like all the other YouTube guys do, and girls, and just, you know, pretend that you're not there, but let you watch me. So I will see you when I see you. There's a squirrel over there. So, the reason why we're back on here is because I decided it's 6:50, almost 7 o'clock, and I think I am getting hungry. So that sausage is raw and needs to cook. And I don't think I want to cook it all the way through just yet, but mostly all the way through. And since I'm cutting it up, it shouldn't take too long. But I'm also going to get the potatoes going because they will take a little bit longer. And I'm only going to be cooking with an oil. I'm not going to be adding water or anything like that for moisture, keep it from burning, sticking, whatever. That should be what the oil is for. And then we'll season it, and I'm going to show you my seasoning kit because Drew, my leather guy that did my harnesses and everything for the bedroll, and the patch, and the patch, and actually one of my harnesses is right there. Anyway, he made me a couple of spice kits, and I want to show those to you. And those are available for purchase if you decide you want one. So let me get everything out and set up and put the camera in a little bit more focused on the table so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'll see you then. Check out that beautiful knife. This is, if you can see it, husk Japanese knife. Got the cool little finger grip here. Anyway, we're going to use it to slice up all of our food. Excuse the airplane if you hear it. But I do live not very far from a couple of airports, including the Purdue University Airport. If only you could smell this. Well, while that's brewing, cooking, boiling, whatever, I'm going to show you my 2 spice kits. So here is a raw spice kit that I just had him add me just a brass button, and this is one with my logo on it with a leather strap, and that's been stained, tanned, however you want to put it. So I'll show you the contents. In this one I have steak seasoning, chives, red pepper flakes, and cayenne pepper. So this is more for gourmet meals such as this if I decide to. But I'm thinking right now the onions and garlic might be just okay. So this one, I had to make it long so I could wrap it a couple of times. And this one sits up a little taller than the other one. And this one has garlic, salt, and pepper mix, onion powder, pepper, and salt. And they all have the little glass bottles. So if you like that, and you would like to get one yourself, I will leave a link in the description below, somewhere down here, to Drew's Etsy store, and those may be on there, and if they're not, let me know and we can get some ordered. So I know you don't have smell-o-vision, but if you could smell this, you would definitely want some. Yes, I know I'm using a spoon, however, I forgot to bring a spatula. So this will just have to work. So I'm gonna let this cook, and I'll bring it back in probably 20 or so minutes. Hopefully we still have some daylight and you can see what this looks like, and we'll give it a taste test. So I will see you shortly. there's really no good light here, so I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be consuming tonight. As you can see, steam. Oh, I don't know if I can get that. I can't get it good enough because the light is actually below the camera. See if I could do something else for you. There you go. See the sausage and potatoes. It's very, 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 very hot. However, I'm hungry and I've been smelling this for a while, so you can see a potato, maybe a little bit of potato. The potatoes aren't fully done. Like, this big one's probably going to be a little more firm, but they're edible. I'm very hot. And the sweetness from the sausage kind of made the potatoes a little sweeter too. Probably can't see that, but the sausage is darker, so definitely well done. I did not bring a thermometer to check, so if nobody ever sees this video, you'll know why. But hopefully you do. So, I'm not a big fan of Italian sausage. That is a not a guilty pleasure of mine. I'd rather have pepperoni or salami. I like sausage, but I don't like fennel seed. I don't like the taste of fennel. Besides that dog, I'm hearing an owl hooting in the background. Anyway, bottoms up. For not liking Italian sausage, that's actually pretty good. So I'm going to sit here and watch myself grow as I eat this, and probably bring you back in when it's time to make some coffee, or if I decide not to do coffee, when it's time to climb into the sleep system and go to bed. So I will see you shortly. Here. Well, it's getting pretty late. There really wasn't much else to film other than the hooting in the background. It's so far off in the distance you might not even be able to hear it, but I'm going to climb into bed and call it a night. So I will see you in the morning, unless something crazy happens, like a raccoon come to steal my food or something like that, which I think I did a pretty good job of cleaning up. So we'll see. If nothing happens throughout the middle of the night, then I shall see you in about a second. Well, good morning. Clearly, I'm not in the tent, nor am I at the campsite any longer. Had some technical difficulties this morning with the batteries and stuff. I was in the middle of filming, and one of my batteries didn't charge overnight, even though it was plugged in, and the other one died as I was filming, and I just scratched the pack up breakfast and come home because there was nothing really I could do other than use my phone. But I needed my phone because the place I was at I'd never been to before, so I had to GPS my way there and GPS my way home, so I needed to make sure I had full battery for that. So I'm not going to consider this a fail necessarily, but I didn't get to film much of this morning, so here I am at home. Going to edit this as soon as I'm done. Going to drink some coffee, spend some time with the family, and I hope you enjoyed what I did get on film, and until the next time we see each other, get out there.